Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video we will be talking all about my 2025 reading journal. Also, if you guys are hearing background noises, there's a construction going on out there somewhere nearby. So ignore that please, but we will be going through my 2025 reading journal. A disclaimer though, my December one is not completely done, so we will be leaving that semi-empty. I'm gonna show you what I have so far, and usually I would fill out my December reading journal in January, so I'll be doing that. But other than that, I will be going through this journal with you, and if I see there are things that are still missing, we can add this while we're doing the flip through. So yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and flip through my 2025 reading journal. Hello everyone, welcome back from the intro. I thought before we start, we can turn on my candle to just set the ambiance a little bit. Actually, this might be a bad idea because this candle crackles. So if you guys hear a crackling sound in the background, it is the candle. But either way, this is my 2025 reading journal. It didn't actually look like this, but I think I spilled something on it, so I decided to just cover it up with a bunch of stickers that I own. But let's go ahead and open it. So I think this is still from last year, because last year I went over my one journal, and not last year actually, 2023. No, 2024. Oh gosh, the year. But yeah, I went over it, so I still have December here, I think, from last year, if I'm not wrong. Oh wait, is it November even? No, I still have November from 2024 here. So let's ignore that and go all the way to 2025. So this is the cover spread for 2025 that I did. I really loved this butterfly sticker, so I ended up just like using it as a main theme. But yeah, it's a very simple 2025 title page, I guess, because I don't really make it super crazy usually. So yeah, this is how it looks like. And then the first page that I have is my bookshelf spread. I think compared to last year, whenever I filmed this, like the reading journal spread, or like setting it up, it was very empty, and I have filled it up obviously, but I think the color that I used is not necessarily the color that I would have chosen for this specific spread. I feel like I would like it to be a little bit more moody, more muted, I think, than too colorful. I think towards the bottom, I think like the last bottom row is fine, but also I don't know why I would color it differently when I'm not tracking anything. So next year, for 2026, I have different color set for different method that I'm reading. I have like one audiobook, ebook / physical, so I think that will be like pretty interesting to see at the end of the year. But moving on to the next one I have, it's not a completed spread yet, because I have yet to finish 2 books from this yearly TBR. I know from the right side, again, another problem with me is like I don't like the color that I chose, but either way I'm gonna rectify that next year. But I'm still missing Crescent City as well, but I accidentally highlighted it, so I'm missing Crescent City and Onyx Storm, which I am currently in the middle of. So by the time bookmas ends, I think I'd be done with 2 of this, but obviously bookmas has not ended yet. So yeah, but I do love how it looks. I did not plan it very well, like you can see, like some of my drawings are covered. I will probably need to make sure that next time it'll be better, because this annoys me. But I think I do really like this spread though, especially with the book covers. I just love it when there's a full page filled with book covers. I just think it looks super pretty with all the colors and all the designs. But moving on to the next one, I have a series tracker. I don't know if I can update any, because I updated it recently. Maybe with the Shadowhunter, because wait, let me look. Actually, for the Shadowhunter, I'm pretty up to date. And the rest, I don't think I can add anything else. I have not been focusing on any of this series recently, so yeah, I don't think I can add anything to it. But this year I finished quite a bit of series, which I am pretty proud of. So yeah, that's that. And I'm still continuing with my like butterfly stickers, I guess, although there's only one. I don't think I have one in here, but yeah. This is though the thing that I will probably not finish anytime soon because it is not the end of December yet, and I will probably do this January in some January vlogs, and you will see that probably. This is pretty much statistics for 2025. I have here like audience as in general audience, or is it adult, or is it YA, children's books, whatever it is. I can put here the amount of books I read, and I can list like 5 of my favorites, which is in hindsight a very difficult task to do, so we shall see if I fill it out. I mean, amount of books I can definitely already fill out, but I have a different spread for that, so I will do that in that different spread, and then this I will completely finish, I think, in the new year. And I have a genre over here. I have contemporary, fantasy, graphic novels, romance, mystery, nonfiction, thriller. I have the comparison between nonfiction and fiction. It's actually pretty large, so this is definitely wrong. And I have authors here. I have the amount of pages. I have the format, as in like physical, audio, ebook. And then this one will be difficult though, because I have to look back and know, because sometimes I do read it in ebook and then I buy it. So I have the physical copy, so I thought I would have probably read it as physical, but I will figure out. I think I remember though. And then this is the amount of pages, as in like books that I read that are under 200 pages or over 500 or in the in-between. So moving on to the next is my physical TBR. So every time I bought a new book, I will write it down here, and then as I go along, I will like cross it out. But I think I did this in my November journal or like in one of my vlogs. So you guys probably won't see anything getting scratched out now because I just did it. So yeah, again, continuing with the butterfly theme, I love this butterfly stickers. I feel like I should get more for 2026, but either way. So these are my 5-star reads of the year. I do not have a lot of 5 stars this year, which is so heartbreaking because as if right now I have read 155 books, I think, and the fact that I only have 17 books here is kind of a crime. And even when I look back, I feel like Lost and Lassoed, is it 5 stars still? I'm not sure. That's why I feel like after reading a book, I need to like stew on it for quite a while to know whether it's an actual 5 stars or whether it's just like in the high of finishing a book. We shall rectify that next year, I think, to just be a little bit more concrete in what I feel like 5 stars, 6 stars, and so on and so forth. So moving on to the next page I have is my favorite books of each month, or of every month. I don't know how to phrase that better. So pretty much every month I chose a favorite book, and it was quite difficult, especially with the month that I found quite a bit of 5 stars, or in the month that I don't like anything I read. But I think it was quite good selection this year. Wait, A Court of Blood Bindings. I just saw it here. Is it not a 5 star? I guess it's not a 5 star. Yeah, I don't really think about that book actually. Either way. But yeah, so this is what it looks like. I'm still missing December. I'm not sure what December will be though, but I have a really strong prediction that it will either be Onyx Storm or Crescent City. So yeah. Okay, moving on to the next one I have is books bought. So these are all the books that I bought in 2025. I know, quite a lot. I feel like, yeah, don't look at it because I feel like I need to control this next year. But yeah, next year I will definitely buy less books if possible. Although it is an accomplishment, I think, comparing myself to 2024. Because 2024, I think I bought double the amount of this. So that's good. I feel like now it's coming to terms with me that I only have so much space for books in my place. I will only buy books that I truly love unless I really just want to have it at the moment and then I get to donate it later if I don't love it, so to say. But yeah, anyway, moving on to the next one is my book club book a spread, and this is technically I have the goal of reading one nonfiction book each month in 2025, but I failed in April, and then I had like a major reading slump. Our life got super busy then, and then I was just like, you know what, I'm not gonna continue. So I read 4 nonfiction, which is honestly still an accomplishment, but maybe next year I wouldn't force myself to read one nonfiction book each month, because though I did it in 2024, I don't think I retained the information as much as I would have liked because I tried to rush reading it. So yeah, but these are the book club book/buddy read that I have with my friend, and this year we have read 12 books, which is nice. We just decided on Indigo Ridge for December, even though it is like well over December. Not well over December, it's like well in the middle of December. Let's just say it like that. But yeah, again, me with my colors, I think I just need to set a good color or like markers already for the spread, so I don't need to like reach out and look in the moment kind of thing, because I don't know, I feel like this could definitely look much better. Because like I try to copy the color scheme of the book cover, but I do not have it. I do not have the markers really for it, and it ended up just being like very blue. So anyway, let's move on. And this is my reading goals. So my reading goals is to read 100 books. I did that. Read 2 classics. Technically, I read 1 full length and 2 or 3. Actually 3. No, 2. 2 little mini black classics. I think it's called little classics, short classics, whatever it is. So I would say I did that. And then read 1 nonfiction book per month. I did not do that. Read 1 book in German. I still could do that, but realistically, probably not. I minimized physical TBR to 40 books. I did not do that either, unless I go full ham and read like 20 books in the next, 15 days, which is quite impossible, I think. So yeah. I have 60 books, although I started the year with like 110 physical TBR and I narrowed it down to 60. I think that in general is already quite impressive, so it's okay. Read a Stephen King's book. I'm currently in the middle of a Stephen King's book, so hopefully that will be done this year. And as you guys could see, in the middle of it, I swapped to a thicker marker, fine liner, whatever it is. I will not be doing that, but I think I did that as well in the 2026 reading journal setup, so that's unfortunate, but we learn from our mistakes, and hopefully the future spreads won't be looking like this, chaotic like this. This one though, I definitely want to do sometime. It is very difficult to choose because this is book awards. I don't know if you guys can see it clearly, but I have, for example, like best cover, best character, best, oh my gosh, my writing in here is horrendous. I cannot really read it, but like there's one, best plot, make you the happiest, make you the most sad, made you cry the most, best fantasy, best mystery, best thriller, best nonfiction. It's difficult because I cannot just narrow it down to best fantasy book. I don't know. Maybe I won't do this anymore because last year I was not quite happy with how it turned out, because I have more books that I want to put in here, but I cannot just narrow it down to one, so to say. But yeah, this one is year in books. I will journal here and I will put like my year in books. Is it my yearinbooks.com summary thing? Here I always just put like a screenshot over here and then I journal about how my reading year gone. But again, it is not the end of the year yet, so I cannot really finish this spread. But you will probably see this in January. So it's all good and well. Now we are moving on to our seasonal spread. So I have spring over here and I have summer, and obviously I have fall and winter as well. If we want to go through, I don't think I've read most of this. No, I have read. Okay, so from spring, I haven't read Crescent City, or currently in the middle of. No. Honestly, not bad. I have, 5 unread from 12? Okay, that's pretty 50%. In the summer, though, I think it's a bit better. I just have not read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, Never mind. Same amount. Autumn, I have not read. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Actually, quite good. I know autumn is like, I love autumn and I read more in autumn. That's why definitely I got more reading done in autumn. And in winter, technically not done yet because winter for me will span until February. But I'm missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. And I'm currently in the middle of 2. And I'm going to start another one soon. Okay, so it is going well. I'm going to refer back to this and hopefully read my seasonal TBR. But moving on, we have January. Again, with the stats thing, I will not be finishing it this year. I will probably finish it next year in January because I'm going to do everything like stats collecting kind of thing. So yeah, this is how January looks like. I didn't read that much January actually. I mean, 8 books is still quite a compliment, but I think January in general is a very busy month because you're getting back into work, getting back into the swing of things and resetting other areas of your life. So reading for me was not really a priority in January, but in January, I did find The Final Empire. I read The Final Empire and I loved it. So I had to journal about it. And I think it was like a 6-star read for me. And I don't really usually find 6-star reads. So I just had to make a dedicated spread for it. Moving on to February, I read decently more. I read how many books? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I read 15 books, which is impressive. But yeah, really loved this monthly spreads. And then I finished The Infernal Devices and obviously had to journal about it. I loved The Infernal Devices. I think each book, they're all like, I think only The Clockwork Princess is a 5-star for me, but in general, the whole series is a 6-star series. I think like the Shadowhunter world in general is a 6-star universe, let's just say it like that. But moving on to the next one I have is, again, The Infernal Devices because I love it so much, I guess. And then I documented a 24-hour readathon, which I read 5 books, which pretty impressive. Moving on to the next one I have is March. Again, this is pretty typical looking spread for me. I think I like changed the formatting a little bit, the layout a little bit. You will see okay, it's not April, but I made a spinner wheel video and I made a dedicated spread for it. And I decided to make a Cosmere reading order. Although I have not progressed since the Hero of Ages, but I will try and read Elantris, I think, soon. This year, I think, before. But we shall see. I think I want to change the reading order a little bit. So we shall see. This is April. I changed it out, but I think I did not like it. And I did not have a lot to journal this month. So that's why I ended abruptly. And this looks empty because of the stats. And I think I don't know if I want to fill it out. I like it pretty. Anyway, I'm just pretty conflicted with everything. But instead of going to my April reads, I finished the Rebel Blue Ranch series and I had to just journal about it. Oh, not journal, just like made a dedicated spread for it. It's actually, you can open, this is like a flappable thing, but it's, yeah. I wanted to finish this, but I ended up losing interest in finishing this. So oh my gosh, I almost burnt this. Either way, I like how it looks because like it's a full spread or double spread collage. And moving on to the next one is anticipated new releases in May, because I feel like somehow May had quite a bit of new releases. So I have it here. Have I read most of this? I have, except My Friends and Silver Elite, which I hope to read very soon. And then I read A Curious Beginning by Diana Rayborn. Loved the aesthetic of it, so I decided to make like this Pinterest board spread, because I really do love this like Pinterest board spread. Moving on to the next spread I have is the Powerless trilogy. I am quite disappointed with this trilogy, so I just had to make a spread where I can just talk about my feelings when it comes to this book, because I love the first book, but somehow the second and the third and all the novellas are just such a meh. So yeah, if there are more books in the Powerless trilogy or Powerless series, whatever it is, I think I will not be continuing it, sadly. And the next one, though, a full 180, is the Letters of Enchantment series by Rebecca Ross. Absolutely love this series. I think it's a 6-star series for me. So yeah, just had to dedicate a spread. I reread Divine Rivals this year. So yeah. Moving on to the next spread is my monthly one. Again, I'm like moving it around, like with the layout, trying to play around with the layout, see what I like, what I don't like. And I don't know if I like this layout. I don't know. But May was also a heavy traveling month for me. So the fact that I read this many books was honestly probably due to the fact of like a long layover time somewhere and a long like travel time on the plane. So all I have to do is just like sit there and read, or all I can do technically. So yeah. Moving on to the next one is series I want to prioritize this year. I think I made a video about it. That's why I made like a dedicated spread for it. Again, I cannot add any to this. I think I already did this, like filling it out, updating my journal like a few weeks ago. Not a few weeks ago, maybe even last week. I said I want to start Zodiac Academy. Have not, so we shall see. And then I went to Honduras, and this is my TBR. Did I stray away from the TBR? Yes, I did, because you will probably see very soon the books that I read in Honduras. Yeah, it's coming, so you'll see that. And then I read one of my favorite series of the year, which is the Prison Healer series. Had to yap about it, each book specifically, because I loved each book. Oh my gosh, I want to reread this series so bad. Moving on to the next one is June books. So these are my TBR, and this is the books that I read. Making the spread me did not plan it correctly because obviously the sticker is overlapping with the book cover, but it's okay. But yeah, that is June. And then this is what I read in Honduras. So I did not read. I read like I think half of what I said I would read, and the other half is just like full mood reading. So yeah, this is the book tracker I talked about. We will update this in January. And then moving on to July. I was looking for the title there, but July. And I read so many books in July. I read how many? 5, 10, 15, 16. I read 16 books. I love July, apparently. But also, I reread 1, 2, 3, 4. I reread 4 books, guys. So it is quite impressive how I reread 4 books. I think 4 of these are like some of my favorite books of all time. So rereading it was not a problem at all. Moving on to the next spread, I have Problematic Summer Romance and Bride by Ali Hazelwood Pinterest board spreads, because like Bride, I reread them, absolutely loved it, a 5-star. Read Problematic Summer Romance, I think it is a 6-star. So I just had to dedicate a spread for each. Next one I have is me talking about the rereads of July. Oh gosh, why am I... It's dog-eared accidentally. But yeah, rereads, and I just get to yap about it in individual like books, I guess. I don't know how to explain it, but and then I journaled about it a little bit, still using more butterfly stickers because it's July. I love butterfly. Moving on to the next spread I have is August. I played around with the layout again. I think I go back though to my like 2024 layout really, but I really love like the combination of just like scrapbooky over here. So yeah. And this is what I read in the month of August. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Not quite a bit of books. I love this like scissors and key stickers. So I've been using it everywhere. And then I have not updated this because I will update this, I think, with my December wrap up, end of year kind of thing in January's vlog that you will see. So yeah, this is a birthday challenge. So for my birthday, I always try to do this like challenge. Like, so pretty much I read a book that starts with my initials. So my name is Natasha, so I start with an N book, A-T. It doesn't have to be in order, I think, but I did read this in order, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, I did read this in order, and I have like a few books in between. So moving on to the next one I have is September. September is a really good month. I love this illustration that I did, I think. And then I read my first short classic. Did not like it though. But yeah, that is that. Oh, actually, it was wrong. This is my TBR. Did not finish this. Like, I don't think I read Of Jade and Dragons. I didn't read Truly Devious, and I didn't read A Sorceress Comes to Call, Strange the Dreamer, and Rebel Witch. But I did read how many books? This is 18, 19, 20. I read 20 books this month, which is kind of crazy. But I think September I was also traveling to Indonesia, I think. And I had a 20-hour layover, and I think in that span I read like 3 books. So, and I had a 24-hour readathon before. So yeah, and I mean 3 of them is graphic novels, but still considered a book, I think. So yeah, really crazy for September. And then because it's the start of autumn, I have a bucket list that I did. Honestly, I did not do most of this. I did visit a corn maze. I carved a pumpkin. I did not have a movie marathon. Fall craft, yes. Decorate, yes. Try a pumpkin spice latte for the first time. I did. Go on fall walks. I did. Oh my gosh, did I not? Bake something autumnal. I think so. Cook something autumnal. I don't think so, actually. Go foraging for mushrooms. Did not do that. Make a hot chocolate? Maybe. I did dress up for Halloween though. And these are like to be watched. Did I watch any of these? Only, I think, Pumpkin. It's The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. And I also watched Over the Garden Wall. So yeah. Moving on to the next one is a 24-hour readathon that I did. So these are the books read from that, which is crazy. Moving on to the next one is Quicksilver. One of my 6-star reads of the year. Loved it. Made a Pinterest board spread for it, and also did some journaling for it because I just need to yap about it, okay? Moving on to the next spread is another Pinterest boards. Another 5-star reads from this month, I think, which is Shield of Sparrows by Daphne Perry, and also The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches by Sangu Mandana. And then moving on to October, I know I completely switch from like simple layout, like where is it, like this, all the way to like just fully illustrating. I think in the colder months I do love to sit down with my journal a bit longer. Usually when it's like warmer outside, I do just go outside and read instead of like focusing on my reading journal, and I think that's fine. I think it's just like a good it's kind of cool to see the progression of how I'm feeling every month, or like throughout the year, so to say. So that is very interesting. Moving on to the next spread I have is the October read spread. I also read quite a bit in October, but I think not as much. Not as many as September, obviously, but I did read quite a bit, and I read another classic. Moving on to the next one is books I read in Indonesia. I read significantly more because I think in Honduras I went for like family reasons and we had lots of things to do, but Indonesia is where I'm from, and I went home and relaxed and do absolutely nothing and just rot. So that's why I read quite a bit, although I think 2 of this is like short novellas, but still 9 full-length novel and 8 full-length novel and 2 novellas. So this one I can technically complete, but again, we will do like a finish up and like a proper roundup of this book to just like finish it and store it away kind of thing. Moving on to the next one is a Halloween spread. This is my fall not my fault, my favorite Halloween media. Obviously, I have books and I have other things. Like books as in my favorite Halloweeny books. I seem to dog-eared all of my book covers for some reason. And this one is like movies mainly, because I have Over the Garden Wall, Vampire Diaries, Twilight, and The Nightmare Before Christmas. And I do love this like very protruding stickers, felt stickers, although it's very difficult to continue journaling after that. Yeah, and there's this trend called 10 before the end, so before the end of the year, that is. And these are the 10 books that I would love to read before December ends. Have I read any of these? Yes, I have read Holly, and I'm currently in the middle of Onyx Storm. I read Cruel Winter with You in the middle of 11/22/63, and yeah. So, wish me luck. I seem to make a lot of TBR, but not completing them. So maybe next year I'll make less TBR or a more realistic TBR, I guess. And then I read Twilight for the first time. I love it. As you guys can see over here, I just journaled about it and made like a little film sequence, whatever it is, from the movies, like scenes from the movies that I truly love. So moving on to November, we are somehow going back to like a very more relaxed spread, not a lot of journaling, but I do want to just highlight the stickers because I got it from Notebook Therapy and I was like, this is so gorgeous. I just have to make them the star of the show, which I think I quite did a little bit. I loved it. I loved it. The only thing I didn't like is that my printer running out of ink. So yeah, but the stickers are so beautiful and I was in the mood, I guess, to journal a bit more, so I did. Moving on to the next one, I still want to showcase the stickers, so I did. I don't know, I feel like it's very empty. We shall see what else I do. I usually add like little stars, but I feel like it's quite cute and simple as well, so yeah, moving on to the next one is fall media. So this is just me talking about the movies I love in fall, which, tada, it's all here. I have not watched Gilmore Girls this year, and although it's December, I feel like I could start Gilmore Girls, but I don't know why. This year, I feel like I said it so many times. I'm in a like life slump. A lot of things are happening, and I'm just very out of it. Let's just say it like that. So I haven't been consuming other medias beside reading. The next one I have is the spread that I made quite recently. It is books I have read but not owned, but would like to own one day. Part 1. Okay, I have a part 2, I think, but I do not have it made anywhere. I could probably make it over here. We shall see. But yeah, I have an empty spread because I was thinking I want to make a Lord of the Rings spread because I finished that series, but like I said, I am currently in a slump, so I don't know how to like lay it out or how to journal it, so I will just like keep it empty for now until I know what I want to journal, how it would look like. So we shall keep it empty, or I'll just fill it out with a part 2 of this spread. And moving on, it is December, which is the last month of the year, of course. Tried something new, just like freehanding this. I don't know if I like it. We shall see. I don't like how thick the fine liner I used over here as well. Anyway, it's just me complaining about my journals. This is my December reads. I have not finished December, so again, I will do this January reset thing where we finish up this journal, pack it, and keep it for storage. Yeah, next one I have is festive books. All the books that are festive that I want to read this month. Yeah, have not gotten too many of these. I read 2. There is still a lot of December though, so I will continue working on this list. And then since in November I read If It Makes You Happy by Julie Olivia, and I truly adore that book, I had to make the Pinterest spread for it as well. And then this is what I meant by when I'm not inspired, but I want to journal, but I don't know how it would look like. So I made the Harry Potter spread, like a dedicated, because I finished all 7 books this year. Let's just say I hate the spread. I don't know how to make it better. Maybe one day I'd make it better. I do have quite a bit to say. That's why I made it quite empty. But I feel like I could add a little bit more something over here. So don't look at this too closely. And then this is dedicated spreads for the books that I'm still going to read after bookmas, I think, or after this video, which is I want to dedicate the Fourth Wing series, trilogy, whatever it is here. And then this still says Harry Potter, but this will be Crescent City, me journaling about how I feel in starting Crescent City. And I think, I know I have something written here, but I'm not going to do that anymore. So that's pretty much my reading journal for 2025. And I can show in the back. Before I log everything to Notion in the beginning of the year, I wrote everything down like this. But I still find it quite interesting because sometimes I do reach out from my journal to see what books I still want to read. So yeah, that's pretty good. And in here, oh gosh, what is this actually? Oh, it's just a piece of paper. In here, I have my birthday wish list. I always make this every year. I think, look, 2025. I really love this. I always have it each year. Anyway, that is that. And oh, true, I also made this sticker. I forgot about it. I think it was it July? I'm not sure when. I did do a bit of like sticker making, illustrating, whatever it is, and I thought, you know what, I can print it out. Okay, maybe it's not here. Anyway, but that is pretty much my 2025 reading journal. So I shall see you in the outro. So I really hope you guys enjoy that. It was a long chat session for me, but I love reading journal. I love journaling about my books, and I feel like this is where my journal side of me thrives. Let's just say it like that, because I do love journaling, but I don't necessarily know what to journal. But if it's about the books that I read, I can definitely journal about that for days. But yeah, if you guys do not have a reading journal, maybe this is a sign for you to make one, because it is honestly so good to just like look back and see how much you read, to just document your reading hobby. This is pretty much a hobby that accompanies your, I guess for me, my main hobby, because my main hobby is reading. So this would be like an attachment to that hobby. So yeah, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day and also this holiday season. And I will catch you in my next one. Goodbye.